Welcome back. In the previous lecture, we understood about the different types of control flow structures. One is a sequential, second one is a selection, the third one is a repetition. As a part of this lecture, we'll understand selection in bit more detail. As we have already seen in the earlier lecture, the selection is for decisions, branching. Whenever we need to choose between two or more alternative paths, that is when selection will come into picture. Let us take a couple of examples. In the retail sector, like Walmart or more in case of India, there is a situation where if the price of any commodity or product is more than some $50, you can provide a discount of some 5%. If not, then you can go for a discount of some 2%. Assuming that in a banking sector, a person is applying for a home loan. In that case, home loan would be provided if the salary of a person is more than 50,000 rupees per month. But that will not be the only condition. Another condition should be in last 5 years, you would have filed the income tax returns. Provided these two conditions are met, provide the loan. If not, no loan. So this is one of the example in banking sector. If you go on looking at the different sectors, we often provided with the different options based on conditions. That is where selection as a part of the control flow comes into picture. But one of the important aspect what I'm mentioning is conditions, right? What are the conditions which are supported by Python? Python supports the logical conditions from mathematics, like equals, not equals, less than, more than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. As I indicated, we are often presented with the conditions. Based on particular condition, we take decisions. As a part of the selection, we have if else statement or if else control flow structure. To use this, we need to have a if statement. If statement is written by using a if keyword. If keyword is needed to be used. So as we have already known by this time, we can say if B is greater than A, then print B is greater than A. We are trying to have a condition here. Based on the condition, we are letting the code do something. Means if the condition is satisfied, do something. If the condition is not satisfied, do something else. That is how it works. Else is a keyword which is part of the if else statement. Whenever there is a condition which is specified by a if, that doesn't happen, else will come into picture. It catches anything which is not caught by the preceding conditions of if. That is how the else works. For example, here A is equal to 200, B is equal to 33. If B is greater than A, then this statement will be executed. If B is less than A, then else statement will be executed. That is how if else works. Sometimes it so happens that you have to test the multiple conditions. It is not always that we will be presented with the only two conditions, right? As we discussed, in a banking example, loan need to be provided in case certain conditions are met, like salary should be more than 50,000 rupees, last 5 years they would have filed the income tax returns, so on and so forth. Now, in that case, we may need to have a multiple conditions. In that case, we can use a else if, which is also called as ELIF. If the previous conditions were not true, then try these conditions. That is where else if comes into picture. Sometimes it so happens that you have to go on testing multiple conditions. Like in this case, we want to check if the number is greater than 10, if the number is greater than 20, and we want to check couple of more conditions as well. In that case, we can go ahead and nest the ifs. This is also called as nested if. That provision is also there as a part of the Python. Whenever you want your if condition to be empty, mostly you wouldn't do that. In case if there is any requirement, if you want if statement to do nothing, in that case we have pass keyword, so that pass statements will avoid getting any error when we execute the code. Wonderful, then we understood about the if else selection control statement.